So as of today, Wizard101 released a new bundle. The bundle is called Technomancer's Tech Kit Bundle. And I have been looking forward to this bundle for quite a while now, just specifically for the wand and the robe, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. But we'll go everything over that's in this bundle and just talk a little bit about it and see if it's actually worth your money. Because this is a $29 bundle, and this bundle isn't from like GameStop or anything like that. This is literally on the website. So we'll talk about all the stuff that's in there. The things that are listed in there as of it says on the website is you do get a mount, you do get a pet, and you also, which is very unique, I think this is the first time they've ever done this, is that you get a holo display emote. So this begs the question, are future bundles gonna have emotes? Which is crazy to think about. And this is, I guess, the start of it all happening. So we'll have to see what players think about it. I'm kind of like mixed about it. You know, yes, you know, hey, add something into the bundles and stuff like that, but I don't know if that's gonna like replace other things that they could have offered. So we'll have to see what the emote looks like and see what the rest of the bundle looks like to even give a full opinion on it. And then of course you do have the wand, and then you also get 5k crowns. No membership. It doesn't give like an option of like, oh, do you want 5k crowns or membership? You just literally get 5k crowns. So there's not even a membership option. I think unless there is and it just doesn't show it for me since I already have member, you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Let's quickly look over each thing. First, I want to look over the pet. And the pet looks really cool. I like how it's just literally like it's all Technomancer related, and I'm kind of a fan of that type of archetype. But we do have the pet, and the thing is, I will go over the pet, but I already have one that's already 420. Literally, after I bought the bundle, I hit up one of my friends. They had it. Thank you, Bradley. He didn't have it 420. I'm gonna put this out there. He did not have it maxed stat. I literally had to max stat it myself. Just putting it out there. But hey, this is not the biggest deal in the world. But it gives you a new card. Technomancer's Aegis. This gives you a chromatic. It's basically a tower shield. I'm going to put it that. But it's basically a shield that is a minus 60% that's chromatic, meaning whatever the magic school of the target. Let's say I'm using this against a death. It's a minus 60 death shield. Using it against a storm. Minus 60 storm shield. But if you do use it against a balance, from what Bradley was telling me, it's a minus 50%. So it just becomes a tower shield, which I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe they could have made it minus 55% personally, so it's a little bit unique, but for balance it's just a tower shield. It kind of sucks. But every other school it's minus 60%. I believe you do get extra copies of this. Yes, so basically when you train it up, you do get another copy of Technomancer's Aegis. So you get 2 of these. So hey, just putting it out there. There's nothing else that's on this pet, but it is a unique card. This is one of its first kind. So hey, putting it out there, and maybe you like the pet. So here's a little pet right here. There you go. Let's put the little selfie camera on and then show your pet. It makes little faces. It's cool. I kind of like it. And then look, it's literally playing a mini game on the pet. It's kind of funny. So it's a cool looking pet. I mean, I'm probably going to see a lot of more people just like roaming around with this, and I might at some point. It's a cool pet. I think it's up there for me when it comes to pets. If we look at the other stuff that you get, we'll look at the emote later, but let's look at the scythe. Actually, let's look at the robe first, I guess. Let's look at the hat robe. So as you guys can see, the reason why I like this robe is because it's animated on its cape. I don't think this set's dyeable. I don't think so. I hate how they don't release dyeable stuff, especially bundle stuff should be dyeable. Like, I can understand the argument of, you know, certain pieces of gear not being dyeable, but they've been doing a lot of stuff that's just not dyeable, and it's very annoying. Like, imagine this cape being different colors. Like, that would be so sick. So many missed opportunities here. But let's quickly go over. We'll hover over each piece. Of course, if there are people that want to look at all the different sets, I don't recommend redeeming a bundle like this, or just in general, I don't recommend redeeming any bundle at a low level unless like you're doing 50p or like 60 or something like that, and you're like a PvPer and you really want to redeem bundles just to, like, you know, min-max your setups. That I can understand the argument of. But if you're not doing PvP, you're a new player, only redeem bundles at max. That's always been my staple. So there's every piece. Now let's look at the max tier set. So you do get 418 or 415 health, some accuracy. Not too sure how I feel about this. And what you do get, what are the cards? Spear shield, LE shield, and they're 55s. Oh, all these shields are 55s. That's actually okay. Don't know how often I use them, but I mean, hey, at least it throws the idea of, hey, if you ever need the tri shields, at least you can just put on a piece of this gear. Robe. Not too sure. Honestly, the gear doesn't even look that great from my opinion. I mean, maybe this is just like me not even thinking about other bundles and stuff, but I don't know how I feel about this set. There's not even crit on any. As you see, there's block and stuff. There's no crit. I mean, there's damage and there's some pierce, but all the pierce is capped at 5. Do have some outgoing. I know someone's gonna make the argument is this a good outgoing set. I don't think it is. Realistically, just even just staring at this. Honestly, I wouldn't chase these pieces for stats. I know someone's gonna make an argument in the comments saying, well, this piece is actually good. No, like it's just no. Like I can understand the lower tiers for like 50 or 60 p maybe, but you're not using this. No, just now. I mean, the robe does give a lot of damage. I mean, if we're comparing it to like a regular robe, like what? Surge, yeah, Demonic gives 35, 24. Boots give 29. What do boots usually give for Reaver? 43? Yeah, nah. Power Demon at max, of course. And then let's put on the full set. Technomancer's headset. Wait, what? I mean, I can see it, I guess. Yeah, so there's headset. There's the hollow cape, of course. I really like this. Dude, there's something about it. It's just really unique. I gotta figure out a stitch for it. Definitely gonna be using the robes. And then we have the Technomancer boots as well. But yeah, the cape looks amazing. Like, I don't know. If you guys have made it this far into the video, just wanted to remind you guys that 75% of you guys that watch me on a daily basis are not subscribed. So do me a huge favor and subscribe. We're on that grind to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, now let's get back into the rest of the video. It's not dyeable, man. It's not dyeable. Like, I would really like a black and purple variation of this. It would be so sick. Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe it is dyeable and I'm just like coping. Of course, we do have the scythe, which I was looking forward to as well. I'm a fan of scythes in any game. Usually katanas and scythes are like my go-to for any type of like game that involves those types of archetypes. It's always been my go-to. But quickly look over each piece. And then you can pause it at any point if you're trying to see like a certain level, because I know some people like to do that. Ooh, level 60 you get. Ooh, okay. That's kind of unique. You do get a lot of block on this wand. For being a low level wand, you get a lot of block. And then it slowly caps out. Okay. Keep going, keep going. 150, 160, and 170. So it gives 5 pip chance, 10 damage, decent amount of P-serve, and 15 outgoing. You can also socket on more outgoing as a square socket. So it's technically an option. And then when it comes to the cards, you do get another Technomancer's Aegis. You do get a Legion Shield. I mean, hey, you can use this for one specific fight, literally. That's just Montgomery. But like, I mean, yeah. And then you do get your wand hits, Major Snowburst. You get 4 of those copies. And then let's redeem this at max tier, of course. And we have the Technomancer scythe. Yeah, no, dude, scythes are hella sick. Like, scythes and katanas are my go-tos. I just don't know which character I'm gonna put this on. Maybe it might be on like a certain set, but definitely want to use this in some sort of capacity. And I can use it as like a storm build in a way, because it is purple. It gives me Goku Black vibes. I don't know if you guys ever seen any anime or if you see Dragon Ball, you know what I'm talking about when it comes to the side. It gives me Goku Black vibes slightly. Obviously it's not to a T, it's not all purple, but like, hey. Now what else is there? There's also the holo display, which is, this is the emo that, I don't know, I'm surprised that they even did. Huh. You just sit there and like you scroll? Wait, is this an ongoing emote? Wait, is this an infinite emote? Like it just keeps going? Wait, let's actually see. Let's go to our emote tab. Where is it? Cosmetics, holo display. Let's lock it. Let's add it to the radio menu. We can get rid of clap, I guess. Let's see, holo display. Okay, so it doesn't repeat. But does it do different ones each time? No, it does the same gesture every time. So like he just scrolls. He stares at it for a little bit. Then he scrolls and then he just clicks whatever. But it does have some sound effects, so I will give it that. I'm always like giving them their flowers whenever they do add sound effects on emotes, because I always like that. But still though, I don't know if we're gonna spend 29 bucks on this full bundle and then also try to, or maybe if you just want the emote, I don't know if this is worth $29, at least the emote. That could have been like, when I first saw this fit, I initially thought that this was going to be a fit for the Scroll of Fortune. That was my initial thought process. But then I saw what they did, and I was like, wait, this is actually not a Scroll of Fortune fit at all, and it's a bundle fit. But let's quickly see what the mount looks like. We'll have to go outside and check this out, so give me 1 second. So we have the Technomancer Zoom Broom, and it's a 52% mount. Huh. Now that caught me off guard, because we've had 55% mounts, and those are from Crown Awards event. Wait. This actually looks really... Wait. That actually looks really good. I'm not even lying. You write it like... Wait. Nah, that's actually pretty... Okay, I thought this would just be a regular broom, and I kind of was just like, oh, it's just another broom reskin. But the way that you ride this... Let me put on my particles on max. I know I don't play on max particles. That's just a me thing. Look at all the particles. Wait, so does the emote have more particles too? I just don't realize. No, it looks exactly the same. But there are more particles on the cape too, now that I have it at max. But this is a pretty sick mount, I will say. I will give them the flowers for this. Like, that's actually pretty sick. I mean, hey, this is an easy way of getting a 50% mount, technically. And it's 2% better than, like, the Celestial Mech. Because, right, I think the Celestial Mech is still here, right? Mech. Yeah. This one you can farm for via... It was Drowned Dan. There's like a chance of it, or you can just buy it. It's a 50% mount. There's plenty of 50% mounts. But I mean, hey, if you ever want a fast mount and you don't want to do a crown sale, technically you can make the argument for this, because I guess it's 2% faster than the ones in the crown shop. So I can see someone make a oh, there's the idle animation. Interesting. So, I mean, hey, I think first let me just check. Let me just double check. Can you dye this gear? I'm like gonna confidently say no, just because they've done that for so long. But part of me wants to wish that you can dye it, and we'll find out right now. We'll all find out together. Is this gear dyeable? The moment of truth that we've all been waiting for. And it is not dyeable. Oh my god. Well, there's not much we can do. This gear does look cool, but it's not dyeable. It is not dyeable. The emote you come with it, or that comes with it, I mean, it's a decent emote. But is it worth the $29? I don't think so. And like, hey, you can make the argument for the mount. Yes, 52% mount. It really just comes down to your money at the end of the day. Like, if like you really want a 50% mount and higher, right? You don't want to go for the 55% mount, and you just want to have a 52% mount, that works. So this is technically the second best, because the first best would be, what's it called, the 50%, right? So it'd be 55s and then the 50s, but this is just directly in the middle, so this just places in the second slot. And I know some people can ask, why would you want a fast mount? Like, why do you care about that? It's just for movement. That's literally it. Like, if you compare this to like the Ravenwood Rider here, right, you can see that there's obviously 3% difference, but like, how often are you going to notice this movement to, for example, if we put on this mount? Like, you can kind of notice it to a certain extent, but that's really it. But I mean, hey, someone can make the argument. And then when it comes to stats, I don't think these are like sought after pieces, in my opinion. Someone's gonna make an argument in the comments saying, well, this piece is actually good for this. And you know what, hey, if you have a valid argument for it and this is something that you really want stat wise, sure, but I don't think I'm going to be using any of these pieces stat wise, realistically. There's other pieces that exist in the game that just still power creep these types of pieces, like the universal sets, at least, in my opinion. And then the wand, of course, same thing. Like, I can see someone using the item card on this for the Legion shield, but there's, like I said, there's other pieces of gear that you can run. But I mean, hey, this still has like high block, and the fact that it's also giving you pips is kind of crazy to me. So I don't know, but I'm also gonna put this out there too. Someone's probably gonna use this type of set in like low level PV, because I've noticed it a lot more. A lot of these bundles that have been coming out have been like really good for like set like lower level PV, and like redeeming these at like 50 or 60 to a certain extent. Like, the whole set isn't going to be viable, but like one piece might be viable. and then it just completely changes the POV on certain matches. And then of course the pet, I mean, you don't have to buy the whole bundle for the pet. You can literally just find somebody who have it. There's people in the Discord that have it too, so you can just ask around if you want a 420 of this. It's a cool looking pet. I will give it that. It is a cool looking pet, and it has its like animated little faces and stuff too. So there is that. But that's my honest review on the bundle. Should you buy it or not? It's really up to you. Would I buy this like if I wasn't a content creator? Probably not. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, yes, I like the robe, but the thing is, it's not dyeable. I like the wand, but I wish it was like all purple, right? I can get that Goku black vibe, but just wish it was dyeable, man. I'm gonna keep standing on this. Like, they need to keep making gear that's dyeable. This should have been dyeable, and I think a lot of people would agree with me, especially the cape portion. The different color options would go crazy on this, but that's just my opinion. You guys let me know your thought process down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I appreciate everyone that's been subscribing on the channel. We're slowly approaching 9K, and we're slowly approaching the fabled 10K, and hopefully by the end of the year, of course. But that is it for me, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.